Hey, what's up travelers? Chris here with another review. This time a short one. We are looking at the ANA business class lounge at Haneda airport in Tokyo. And oh boy, there's not that much to be said about this lounge, but let me quickly go through a couple of the points I noticed, and then maybe you can decide for yourself whether it's worth it to go there during your next stay or waiting time at the airport, although I believe you also don't usually have a lot of choice. Anyways, so we're not going into the ANA suite lounge to the right, which is for first class and diamond members, but we are going to the regular business class lounge, which has, as you can see here, also shower rooms. Overall, the design, and you could already see it a bit in the pictures, it's quite dark and the colors are interesting to say the least. It's very modern, I guess, but it's not exactly a comfortable area, and it's also a bit of a maze until you actually find the main room of the lounge. And oh boy, this is quite a big lounge. They are anticipating a lot of passengers, and as you can see here, it seems like all of the passengers in Haneda airport have found the lounge as well. It was incredibly cramped and crowded, and it did not feel relaxed at all. Now it's a business class lounge. I know you cannot always expect a lot of things, but we are talking about Haneda airport, which is one of the base airports for ANA, the other one being Narita in Tokyo. And overall it was quite a letdown. Let's talk about some good things here first. You can see there's a lot of seating options. There is some couches, couch chairs, there's some high chairs, some kind of more desk-like setups. So overall, if you need to do some work, for example, I think you will find some spots available, even when it's very crowded as it is here. I eventually settled here on this corner that we are looking at right now, where you even have a little bit of a view onto the runway, although there were these blinds down, so you could only see it to some extent, but that's all right. As my flight was early in the morning, I wasn't really in the mood for food, but they do have tea that you can see here, and the brand of Stuart Sealand is quite nice. I like this one. The croissant, on the other hand, was pretty bad and dry, but I'm not expecting too much of croissants in Japan anyway. That would be unfair. Now you see they also have some sake, some local whiskeys. Overall, I would say that the alcohol selection is pretty basic, but also pretty decent for a business class lounge. In regards to sparkling wine, then there was a Spanish cava. This one is a fairly cheap one, retails at around 10 euros per bottle, so nothing too fancy. There's also some white wine and red wine from France. If we talk in general about the food, you can already see that the buffet was quite decimated, and also it was not actually refilled as quickly as they would have needed to with all these guests. Overall, the presentation, you can see it. I was not a big fan. Fortunately, I wasn't feeling like having food, but you can see it here. It's fine. There's some warm dishes, of course. It's of course better than nothing. But compared to some other business class lounges of other airlines, this was rather disappointing experience to me, at least. Nevertheless, if you don't mind it, at least you get some food. So there's that. As with many lounges these days, they also offer a QR code ordering of some meals. Due to Corona, I think at least that's how it started. And I actually wanted to try it out, and even though I didn't feel like food, my girlfriend actually tried the soup, and more to that in a bit. But if you remember from the beginning a picture of a shower room, I actually noticed that you can also book the shower room via this app. And I was stunned. So this is the picture, but look at the waiting time here. It is almost 5 hours waiting time for the shower room. So yeah, I did not want to try that, and keep that in mind that probably you won't be able to do that for most of the time because it's just too crowded in the lounge. And here you can also see the soup that I ordered via the app, or rather my girlfriend. According to her, it was okay, which roughly is what I would expect from this lounge at this point. Overall, I mean, in terms of styling, you can see it here, these like blue and gray tones. It is very ANA kind of style. Fortunately, under most chairs you have power plugs, you have USB plugs. So in terms of using it for work, it's quite good. The internet was super speedy, as it is overall the areas of the airport, and you also have some magazines around here that you can read, multilingual magazines. So overall, it is an overcrowded and very typical business class. Just keep that in mind. If you have some time to kill, it's definitely okay, but I also left the lounge quite early because it was a bit annoying with like the incredible level of noise from having so many people around. The food is edible, but it's really nothing that you really want to eat. I think it's fine, and that's about it. So yeah, if you look at it from that angle, I think if you're on a business trip, this is a good place to get some work done. There were some reclusive kind of workspaces that you could use, but given all the people in there, it's just not really a relaxing space. So yeah, that's about it from my side. As I said, quick review. If you have been to the lounge, let me know how your experience went, and I will see you in the next video. So cheers.